Okay, so it's a Sunday morning and we're in progress. We're getting a bit organized as things move along. So please bear with us. There.
Okay.
Let's see you.
Hi, my name is Meg, and this is the Unitarian Universalist Church, and I'm going to be giving a talk on gratitude in practice, and I forgot my notes, but that's okay because I'm supposed to be telling you how I practice gratitude in my life, right? So let's start off. What's our morning like? When you first wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, isn't it just a miracle that you have eyes at all? And the colors that you can see in your room? And the things that make it special to be just yours? And the things that people have given you and have surrounded you with love? And you've given others with love? Gratitude is about love, it's about the heart. So let's start out with the origins, and we're going to do the lighting of the chalice. Bill reminded me. I wanted to welcome everybody. And if
you want to roll the tape then?
Should I light that myself or no?
Well, that's fine. I can light it.
You want to light it?
Shall we do the words?
Yes. Are you ready to read the words? May the light we now kindle us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of Freedom. Now I'm going to take you on a journey by Louis Schwartzberg, who does motion and origin. He invented this technique, which is kind of special. It's like you're in an airplane yourself. This is where we all origin from something. And it makes me grateful. Who's been to Yellowstone? Anybody? You have? I would love to go. Methanogens are the bacteria that live there, the oldest bacteria on life in Yellowstone, in hot water. That's where they developed PCR from, polymerase chain reaction, to make DNA from those bacteria. And also they live in the hot springs of the ocean. Falls. Is it? Okay, we can pause it for now. Yeah, until I've got the the third one later.
Okay.
I thought that was a bit apropos at the end with the sun. Can you hear me enough? With the sun going down. Because recently I gave a eulogy, as my mother said, the word is correct, not sermon, at my brother-in-law's passing. Eulogy, I guess you could say. And I thought, I had just talked about gratitude in this church. And I thought, how am I going to talk about gratitude and grief? Every day we're facing suffering or pain. How do we deal with it on a daily basis? I want you to start by looking at your hands. Where did they come from? What ancestor gave these hands to you for many, many generations? Opposable thumbs. You can grasp your cup. I can scratch my head. I can pray. I can do any number of ohms and different things that I've learned in yoga, all from my hands. And apparently some people can read them for your life and your head and your heart. I've had them read from my relationships. So when you get up in the morning, don't take your hands and your eyes for granted. And this is what gratitude is about. It's the flip side of granted. It's grace. And may I have your grace in the fact that I will use the word God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, higher power, higher than myself, anything but me. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way for those of you that accept other types of spiritual growth in your life. Last year I talked about gratitude being the circle. And at the center of it, and I'm going to pass it around, just be careful because there's tape on the bottom, is my labyrinth of gratitude. Can you see that? You want to pass it to her? And I think a very important part of gratitude is creativity also. Creating out of your heart. Giving thanks. Thank you. And what I did was this, and I would recommend it for you also. At the Unity Church and other areas, maybe in your backyard, you have a brick outlay or a sidewalk that you walk every day. Think of it as a labyrinth. With every step that you take, there is something to behold, to be grateful for. And an example of that is yesterday I was sitting waiting for somebody for a ride, to give a ride, and I noticed a buttercup sticking its little beautiful, shiny, yellow head above the sidewalk, and I thought of myself as a young girl, sticking it under my chin to see if I liked butter, and those reminders. But back to gratitude. When I mention it from the heart, to me, and my mother may correct me because she knows a whole lot about it more than I do, it's will, it's intellect, it's love, it's your heart, it's understanding that it's a gift. I got that big piece of cake today. Did I deserve that big piece of cake and the person behind me got the little piece? Probably not. I didn't do anything special for it. But I'm grateful for it. You know, it's that surprise. It's that surprise. It's that mystery. Okay, it's that mystery. Why is that rose blooming as I'm walking from the parking lot here? Do I take a second to sit and smell it? That's on me. That's where you bring in your mindfulness. And realize, even just this leaning on this, I'm very grateful for. So what's the final circle with gratitude that I spoke of last year? It's giving back. And I don't mean that when somebody gives you a gift, you should feel like you should give something back right away, because that's our society. I don't want to owe anybody anything, okay? It's not about that. It's the spontaneity, okay? And it's realizing through God's grace, the higher power's grace, I was given this beautiful gift. How can I pass it along, you know? What can I do every day to live a spiritual life and keep touching on that gratitude? And you may say to me, but this world is so full of suffering, so full of pain. How can I stay grateful when I find out what's going on to my sisters and brothers in Israel and Ukraine and Tibet and the rest of the world and the immigrants and may I go on and on? Suffering is universal. The Psalms say this too shall pass. Helen Keller said, although the world is full of suffering, we are also full of getting over it too. Meaning, we together can do it. We are not meant to be a lone soul trudging through this earth. We're meant to help each other, which is one of the basic principles of the UU Church that I love so much. I love the pluralism, that I'm included, you're included, we're all included. We want justice for the world. Are we willing to do it? That's the question. Are we willing to go out and do some work for it? Well, I guess it has to start at home, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Being grateful for the small things. Looking at when I pet my cat, just like it's the first time I've ever felt that soft fur underneath me. With that, I want to read something from Brother David's book about Good Day. This is from Brother David Stendhal-Rost, which a lot of what I've spoken on is stemmed from him. I think it's on Good Day. It says Good Day on the CD.
You want to play it?
Yeah. Yeah, one more. I'm trying my best here.
Shut this off. It doesn't behave well.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe you were done with it. So I was mistaken.
One more, because I don't read it as good as Brother David does.
So
It's appreciating the weather, even though it's snowing.
you wanted 3 then?
Gratitude, a good day.
Okay.
There we go.
for the gift and all that. That's it, Bill, thank you. Yep, we're, yeah, you can go to sleep.
So, to take it full circle again, you know, some people, they take gratitude into their life from the moment they woke up until they go to sleep. Like we talked about opening your eyes and being grateful for your hands and your eyes. And at the end of the day, making a gratitude list or starting the day off with a gratitude list. So with that, I'd like you to think of just one little thing you're grateful for. And if that's all you do today, then you've done something, right? And it's going to be a good day. Yeah. Thank you for coming today. Appreciate it. And with that, I forgot to do joys and sorrows, did I?
Yeah, we didn't touch on that, but we can.
Yes, we can. We got plenty of time. Does anybody have any joys or sorrows that they'd like to share today?
There's a microphone right behind the black chair there. Just slide up there.
I don't know if it's a joy or sorrow, but I think we should all be praying for Peter. Apparently, he's driven himself to Chautauqua. Friend just called me from there and said he shouldn't be driving. So, just prayers for Peter.
Okay. How about announcements? Other than the ice cream social.
Do we have any announcements, Patty? Do you have an announcement?
I have a tiny announcement. My tiny announcement is Kitty. I don't know if everybody knows Kitty, but she was Betsy's best friend. And she started coming more often to be with us. And at 4th of July, she had a 4th of July party at her house. And she called me and said, could I bring food for coffee hour? And I said, well, we don't have coffee hour in the summer. But we got talking, we go, well, maybe we could have an uncoffee hour. So she brought food from her party. We have no coffee, but we have water. And when she comes, she's been bringing us some snacks. So we have snacks downstairs today for our uncoffee hour from Kitty.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll extinguish the chalice. Do I have a volunteer? Bill's just like the man.
Ready for every occasion.
Thank you, dear. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Honestly, there'll be a part 2 when I have my notes. You're welcome.